Man, I like the sound of that. Yeah, this is a really nice bike. I like the color a lot more than my 2012. I like that they didn't change the front too much. It still has got that bug eye look. So this one, I think the big thing is really the suspension. That's the electronic suspension. This is just the stock suspension.
Yep.
He's got a really nice Super Tenere. I haven't really ridden a lot with actually I don't think I've ever ridden with a Super Tenere owner, so it'll be kind of interesting. It's kind of nice out riding with a person that's got the same bike, because you get to see what kind of mods that they put on a bike. Well, we are heading to Super Teneres, heading north. I think he's got plenty of time to ride, so I think I'm just gonna head north to Frederick, maybe High Rock. It's nice and cold, so it is freezing. It's like 40 something degrees, and whenever there's what, this guy's just backing up. Hey, yeah, I just decided to stop in the middle of traffic and back up. I want to make sure that he has a good experience riding. I don't want him to be bored because I suck as a rider. Man, I hit my rev limiter there. He's got like a lot of speed. He's very good. I'm a little afraid of the corners. This is a little bit of a hill over there. I'm very careful around these corners, especially like anything dealing with gravel and potential gravel. Uh-oh, there's a truck. Kind of have to get away from this very suburban sort of countryside first before you can start having fun. There's no way to avoid this area, at least for the area I generally live in. Here we go. I like these sort of roads. You see the little twisty sign, and you still have to be very careful because, you know, the roads are mostly clean. We had like a good rain and it kind of took care of a lot of this stuff, but the problem is there's gravel and stuff on these roads. But it is fun, like riding in the country. West Virginia is the type of place where you really want to, where is he? Where you really want to ride fast. This is really not the place for riding fast. This bike, I think I could ride the V-Strom a little bit faster than this, but I think I'm fine with this. But this bike, I can ride it fast, but it kind of feels that I'm going slow. You know, the speed sensation that I talked about before is not there, and that's a problem. You see that? It kind of tightens up a bit. He took it like a champ, man. That was a good, he did well there. You know, I actually like to go into corners a little bit slow and just kind of like squirt out, and I think that's why I like the bigger engines and bikes, because to make speed in a corner on a Ninja 250, you have to have momentum through the corner, and that's a lot harder. That's why I always say that it's better to learn how to ride in a Ninja 250 than a Ninja 600, because you can't have any excuses for riding when you have an Ninja 250. You have to use that momentum that you have in order to be able to like keep up with any bike, because any decrease in speed in a Ninja 250 basically means that you have to lose a lot of corner speed. But on a Super Tenere, whatever bike, anything with a bigger engine, medium-sized engine, you can basically compensate for the power just by twisting your wrist. bike sounds pretty amazing when it's screaming, and it's barely exercising. Ooh, see this? This is why you don't want to go too fast. You want to be able to like see these guys. Ah, boy. Okay. I guess I'll go straight. But that was one of the reasons that you cannot go at hyper speed on these roads. I like to do these very fast kind of getaways. It's always fun to do that, because when you have a bike that's crazy powerful like this, it is fun. When I see these roads in front of me kind of like twisting and winding in front of me and I can see through them, I don't like the blind corners too much. I caught him in the best part. Sure, he wants to get his exercise in, but come on. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Everybody's out to be having fun. But see this corner? He ruined this corner for me. And look at this. Look how epic this is. It's like incline and then a right turn. That's so nice. Okay, wherever he's going, that's where I'm gonna... Okay, he's gonna go straight? Okay, then I'm gonna go this way. Alright, let's get out of here. Whoa, man, I slipped. I slipped like crazy there. Yeah, I wonder why I slipped. I really love these little tiny back roads because on this bike it soaks up all of this imperfection. If you were to ride this road on a sport bike, you would feel like your whole body's shaking because of these suspension on sport bikes. Doesn't let you ride these as comfortably and or as fast. Like a ADV bike like this or even a V-Strom is faster than a sport bike on this sort of environment. This really is what this bike is. It's a perfect bike for rough roads, and because of its very... It's disappointing, like when a car holds me back from like two good corners. You know, I could ride a road for a while and I'll be fine, and then all of a sudden if there's two corners left and a car gets in front of me, I get really pissed off. I think a lot of motorcyclists can kind of relate to that. This is a very fun road. Very fun road to keep a little bit lower in the rev range and just kind of have a little bit more fun, but it does have some very surprising sections. Hey, like this, there's dirt all over the road. By the way, you use your foot to indicate that the road is dirty to your companion motorcyclists. The cool thing about this bike is that you can ride it at you can put it like in third gear and practically ride every single road at a very decent clip. You don't have to ride at such you know, always changing gears like what you do with a sport bike because they rev high. This revs low and it makes plenty of power, and I'm not really going very fast, but it is kind of fun to have a bike that's very powerful that you can just use to just completely tear up the roads. This road is so good, but I think I'm going to go this way. I like these smaller roads. There we go. I think he'll enjoy this. I don't know. I don't like picking up these big bikes, but these are very dirty. These roads are... I do like to kick up a bunch of dust. There we go. Here's a little bit more gravel. I'm sure he'll appreciate this. I am kicking up a bunch of dirt for him. I like doing that. This is a little bit of a dangerous... That's nice of him. That Jeep let us in. He realized that these guys are in the middle of the roadway. They're vulnerable, and he let us in. How nice of that. Closed at dark. You kidding me? This is like all that juicy gravel that these guys like to ride. Oh man, gravel. Oh, this is like fresh gravel too. Whoa, man, that is reminds me of riding in Oklahoma. Yeah, this bike is really good, but I hate to drop it on gravel. I don't want to destroy my hog. This thing just squirms. Like, whew, this is a squirmer of a bike on gravel. Man, this park is like completely packed. Look at this. Jesus, I thought I'd be like peeing by myself, but goddamn, these goddamn people, man, completely packed in here. I just want to go pee somewhere. Man, I like the sound of that. That is fantastic sounding. Oh man, oh, my traction control light went on. When you ride with riders, you'll often hear about a cornering line. And when you ride on the track, the line is much more obvious on the track. But I keep telling people, you cannot take the mentality of the track riding line onto the street. And when you're talking about track lines, that is going around corners. For example, this corner coming up, even though it's not very tight, what you want to do is go towards the out part here and then go kind of cut through the line this way. That way you have a more upright profile. And it's not about going too fast. I mean, the whole purpose is to go fast, but in my case, I want like this momentum of moving without slowing down in these back roads. And often you should practice this slowly when you're riding and have that idea in mind, because eventually you want to do this as if it's second nature. You know, I keep telling people that martial arts is very much like it's like motorcycling. Motorcycling is like a martial arts. You only get good while doing lots of it. This is why a lot of these people that just ride in the summer never really get good. They get fast, but they don't get good. And that's a very different type of mentality that people have. For example, you can be a great specimen when it comes to physical attributes, and you can like punch fast, punch hard, but if you can't combine everything together, you're never going to be a great fighter. And with motorcycling, that's what these guys are. The biker life guys, they punch hard, they kick hard, but they can't bring it together. So they're always these it's deceptive, because you would think that they're good because they're hitting hard, they're knocking guys down. But when it comes to like riding with somebody that's got experience, they might not hit as hard as you, but they have the technique down, and the technique is much more important than the punching hard. You know, you have to combine it all into one cohesive technique in order to be good. And I don't think a lot of the biker life guys know about it. It's not about punching hard, guys. It's about the technique and combining everything together.
Be strong.
Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.